My brain only works half the time, which means I'm only paying attention a quarter of the time. Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! That opening was courtesy of Dr. K, in case you didn't notice. Good morning! Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you all with us. This first hour is presented in part, of course, by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. All kinds of stuff going on here today. We'll talk Shedeur Sanders. The Warriors are back in the playoff race. Is Luka already ruined by LeBron? Of course, we all know the answer to that question. But I want to start with something because Victor had a couple of musings for us because he couldn't be with us last week. Mm-hmm. So that's how we're going to start today with a few musings of... Go for it.
So, I had completely forgotten that the All-Star Weekend came and went. We were talking about it.
Yes.
And then the weekend of, I had completely forgotten. I was more interested in watching the Daytona 500.
Okay, fair enough. I was watching the back of my eyelids, but...
Bleep you.
What?
There's something more important.
Four Nations,
the
right?
Daytona 500. Yes, sir. You have
Four
the Four Nations face-off where
I
think that should be the permanent replacement for the All-Star game.
Four Nations was really good. I agree.
Four Nations face-off was fabulous.
Four Nations was very, very good.
All right.
I think it should be the permanent replacement. I'm totally not saying that so Brian doesn't gets another jersey.
But here's the thing, right? I was
okay.
watching.
And if I get another jersey, then what?
You got to call more games of the Four Nations.
You didn't even call one.
I couldn't.
Were you in the hospital, weren't you?
I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
He was in the hospital.
I had
at least have it on?
Huh?
Did you at least have it on the hospital TV?
No, I had a roommate.
You didn't have a private room.
I didn't have a suite. I didn't have a suite this time.
Yeah, because you're not Lamar Hunt.
No, I'm not Lamar Hunt.
But here's the thing, right? So I decided to, while I'm in the office, I decided to watch the 3-point contest because one of my friends on YouTube, guy's name is Bossman Juan.
I know who that is.
Yeah, he does a lot of
I know who
Washington
that is.
Redskins / Commanders reaction videos.
Yes.
So we decided to watch he did the 3-point contest reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the bluest of blue bleeps was Cam Johnson selected to be part of that?
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen a more awkward shooter in my life.
He was shooting like he was like, shiver me timber.
He was
something like that.
Snowman, he had a worse shot than Chicken Wing.
Oh Lord.
That's bad.
That's very bad.
That's awful.
And I think one of the images I saw was
bad. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You're gonna get me wheezing, Vic.
Dude.
Worse shot than Chicken Wing.
Worse shot than Chicken Wing.
And not Chicken Wing, no, Chicken
Wang.
Yes.
That's pretty bad.
It was absolutely horrendous. I'm like, this man's shot aim was on Stormtrooper. He could have been part of the A team.
Oh dear.
You could have had the broadside of a barn the size of the Great Wall of China. He wouldn't have hit it.
Yow.
Did he have just as bad as a shot as Yo Kennedy?
Yes.
Worse.
Now I will say though, Darius Garland.
He's
fun to watch.
He's a shooter.
Cleveland. He's in Cleveland. But the thing with me, because I used to practice 3-point shooting a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's that flow, it's that stroke. When you have it and you can just let it go. That first round of his was phenomenal. And that's the thing that kind of got me, is you had two really good individuals who had a really good start in the first round.
Yeah.
Completely fell off in the second. I think, who was it? He was on the Golden State Warriors. He bricked healed. But he healed, yes. He bricked a whole rack.
Mm-hmm.
I almost yelled. Because they showed a couple of scenes of Steph Curry. I'm like, Steph Curry, get your ass in there. What you doing?
Like I said, I was watching the back of my eyelids because I was full of medicine. Get
your ass in there. Because they need you. It's like, that's why I asked, like, are there requirements?
They don't need Steph. The 3-point Steph already rules the roost.
Yeah, I need him.
You know what I mean?
I need him because, my God, if this is Hero did a good job. He did enough to win. And I'm not gonna knock someone who does enough to win. But for God's sakes, there was no competition.
No, duh.
And it's like, for all the individuals who jack up threes every game, you don't have nobody who can shoot them well?
No.
No.
And no.
I'm just confused. I'm confused as to why this is what we have to deal with in a 3-point contest.
Mm-hmm.
And another question.
Yes, sir.
You guys run back Steph versus Sabrina too?
They were too scared. Scared.
Why don't you get someone else from WNBA to go off against, like, say, Klay Thompson?
They tried, and she said no.
Oh, she said no? Oh, no, Caitlin, right.
Yep.
I mean, I still think you could have had someone else.
They offered it to CC, and CC said, nope, I'm doing it at home in Indianapolis.
And that's fine. That's fine. I'm like this, but she's not the only one that can shoot threes. I know that she's the bigger name, and I know that would have gotten such a big,
that would have been a push and
spectacle.
a half.
Yeah. But I mean, there was no one else. Sabrina Ionescu couldn't take on Clay.
No.
I'd rather have her. I'd rather have Steve Kerr go in the back and wear a Warriors uniform and go out and shoot around with Sabrina Ionescu than what I saw, the frivolity I saw on that night. Jeez, it's ridiculous.
I watched Steph versus Sabrina last year, and that's the best contest I'll ever watch.
That was the only thing about the All-Star game last year that was of any note.
Worth watching, yeah.
Yes. But I mean, these guys cannot hit the broadside of a barn. These guys are like blind mice. I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the Four Nations tip-off when you need it?
Right.
Adam Silver won't do that.
USA players, Canadian players, Slovakian players.
Serbian.
Adam Silver won't do it.
You have Greeks.
You have my answer.
You have players from Greece.
Adam Silver's too chicken to do that.
And the thing is, you don't even need many players in the NBA that are of that nationality.
No,
you don't.
Because the max you need for an entire NBA roster is what, 12?
At least 12.
That's all you need.
Starting 5 and then like 7 on the bench.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is all you need. But I guarantee you there's
what?
more than 12 Greek players in the NBA.
Exactly.
And I'll tell you why it won't happen. I'll tell you exactly why it won't happen, because someone brought this up in the chat that I did over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The argument will be that it would mirror too much like the Olympics.
And
that's what the Four Nations face-off did, and yet the Olympics is
right. I'm like,
I know. Look,
this is a stupid counter argument.
Yes.
Listen, gentlemen, listen. We're speaking logically
in an illogical world,
right?
Because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, and the Olympics is every 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get something in the middle. Give you something to play for. Now you got what? Pickup games? You got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pickup games on the All-Star weekend? It's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
And the commercials took over that.
Oh, God.
They couldn't even do that right.
I'm glad I didn't watch.
I'm
glad I didn't watch.
But I was watching. The thing is, again, it just shows such a big difference between what we are all used to, what we enjoyed, to the crap that's out there now. 3-point shooters that can't shoot. Dunkers that can't dunk.
And Mac McClung being the first player ever to win 3 consecutive.
And he's a G League. Look, no disrespect. I'm sure he's good at what he does.
None. No disrespect given.
I'm sure he's great at what he does, and congratulations to him.
Mm-hmm.
But he
was the only inventive dunker,
right?
The entire weekend.
But just goes to show that the All-Stars don't really care about the All-Star weekend. So why do you even have it now?
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just go away now, because you don't have.
It can go away and not come back until they bring the old school versions back.
And they're not going to bring the old school versions back because they think that their style is better.
Mm.
As long as you can sit around LeBron, you're fine.
I beg to differ.
As long as you can sit around LeBron and Embiid and all them, you're fine.
Oh, man. Embiid.
That's how it is now. And it's sad. But it's like, you got guys who's supposed to be the masters. The whole reason of the 3-point shooter is you take the best 3-point shooters. Why do you think Bird came on there say, I wonder who's winning second? Because I'm taking the crown.
But you don't see that anymore.
You
won't see. More to the point, you won't see that anymore.
You Reggie Miller, who is also a shooter.
Reggie Miller, Dale Ellis,
right?
Larry Joe Bird, Detlef Schrempf. I don't care what anybody says about Detlef Schrempf. He was a shooter.
Yes.
Chris Mullin was a shooter.
why are he's like, what? There need to be requirements. You need to be able to make at least 35-45% of your 3-point shooting. You have to have an average of at least 45, 40 or 45. So that we know, and for God's sake, get these damn starry balls out of the way. It destroys the flow of the game.
2021, they added that.
You have corner, wing, key, wing, corner. That is it.
That's it.
You don't need one ball that can't nobody shoot.
Except maybe Steph.
And it's not even worth that much. It's
and not even
points.
and the only two people that can shoot that on a consistent basis are Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
nobody else needs to attempt that ball.
I think it was either Healed or was Hero that hit both of them.
Was it Hero? I think it was Tyler.
I think it was Hero. He hit the star ball on both runs. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. But for God's sakes, like, can we get actual shooters?
Please.
Not someone who attempts a lot, but someone who makes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So attempting and making are two different things.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
It was painful to watch one player break an entire rack. I was like,
I have so many. I've said everything I needed to say.
And I need to ask one more question before I can let this go.
Yep.
This money rack thing. What is that? Like what's the money rack?
I don't know.
Is it worth more? Are the balls worth more?
No.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh, they are.
Yes, the balls on the money rack are worth more. They're worth 3 points instead of 1.
Okay.
Or 2 points instead of 1.
Backup question: does the player choose where this rack goes, or is it just automatically?
The player chooses.
Okay. Okay.
The player chooses.
Okay, so that's what aggravates me. Why in the world are all these morons putting the money rack on the corner?
Because they think they can make them all.
That is
they think they're Steph Curry. They can make them all.
Money rack needs to go in either the second or the fourth rack.
Put it on the wing.
You know what?
Put it on the wing.
I got a better idea. You move the money rack a foot back and you put it at the top of the key. You want a replacement for the starry balls? There you go.
Close to what? Close to where the half court is? A little bit in front of the half court?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
At the top of the key, the NBA 3-point line is 23.9.
Okay. So just a little bit. Okay, that's fine.
You even move it out to 25 feet or out to 27, or the hash mark is 28 feet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fine.
Move it out to 28 feet.
Yeah, I put it at the wing, but top of the key is fine too.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, why are you putting it on the corner? The corner is the hardest 3-point shot to hit.
It is because it's the shortest.
Yes, it's the shortest, and you also don't have the luxury of having maybe a bank off the board.
Mm-hmm.
You either hit it none but net, or you don't hit it at all.
Right.
I tried and actually got kind of good, kind of passable at hitting corner threes.
I hate the corner.
I hate them too.
Listen, when you are a prominent 3-point shooter, it shouldn't matter where you're shooting. This is just exposing these players that are prominent 3-point shooters to not be 3-point shooters.
Thank you.
I mean, Larry Bird didn't care.
Yeah,
Larry Bird could shoot it from anywhere, and it would.
Exactly.
It was like if Larry Bird had like some voodoo magic.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
What did Larry Bird say? Or what did Stacey King say?
Mm-hmm.
Larry Bird is open as soon as he walked in the gym.
Yeah, but the thing is, as I said before, why are they putting it at the corners? If you're a smart, because
they're too scared.
Because at this point, you have to also be a little more strategical now. This does kind of take the contest in the player's own hands, because they can actually pinpoint where the money rack's going to be. I personally put it on the wing, on left wing. That was my sweet spot.
My sweet spot's on the right wing.
Right.
Easily.
So mine's left. Yours is right, Droid. Snowman, I would say yours top, right?
Mine would be the top of the circle.
Okay, top of the circle.
Mine would be top of the key because when I did play, a lot of my play was hybrid.
Yeah.
Because I loved hybrid players. Jack Sigma, Tom Chambers, Bill Laimbeer. They can play inside or outside. So mine would be top of the circle.
I never played basketball. I played street ball though. I've never played basketball. I played street ball because I used to live in the hood.
How tall are you, Droid?
I am 5'7" currently, but back when I played street ball, I think I was 4'9". I was the shortest kid on the court, and I was banging.
You just did Muggsy Bogues and ducked under people.
Yeah, you were a Bogues player or Derrick Rose.
Yeah, I would shoot it from three for no reason.
He just
like, get in the post. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna shoot it from here.
He just
crazy.
Joy just ducked under people, a la Muggsy Bogues or Spud Webb and guys like that. You know,
he's like,
I would fake the shot, go under them, and then shoot.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I would imagine
a lot easier to what's that called? Nutmeg them.
Yeah, I've had it done to me, and I've done it to people.
But again, just to stop sounding like a broken record, it is getting ridiculous seeing these players who are supposed to be all stars.
Say it right.
Who be all stars?
Thank you.
Look so mediocre in their field, in their preferred field. A dunker who cannot dunk, who misses dunks.
LeBron.
No, he's never been in the dunk contest, so I can't even say that.
I think Mac McClung needs to stop. Because just in the the G League versus the Futures game, he proved to everybody that he's not all he's up meant to be because he's too focused on being flashy with his dunks. He's focusing more on his dunk game so he can win another dunk contest than actually learning how to get into the NBA.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that.
And then
Scalabrine would be a better shooter than he is right now.
Yeah, he is.
Ooh.
Next.
That's sad. And the other thing is that you see like a lot of these these big time all-stars don't even want to be part of it. And I get it.
They don't.
That's the problem that Gary Bettman saw. And this is the few times in my entire life where I give Gary Bettman his flowers.
Because he solved the problem.
He saw the problem. He saw the problem. He was like, these players aren't really trying. I mean, Crosby to Ovi and Ovi to Crosby. This isn't entertaining. This is just showing off, doing whatever you can. I mean, it used to be funny, like the one-on-one breakaway challenge.
Yes.
The breakaway challenge was always so funny. I don't know why they got rid of it.
The speed skating challenge was great.
It's not.
It proved that. I mean, the thing about the speed skating challenge is that it proved that McDavid's not really the fastest in the league. He's one of the fastest in the league. But you got other guys like Jordan Kyrou from St. Louis who's really fast. But Gary Bettman saw the problem. The attendance was starting to dwindle.
Yep.
And he was like, what will get everybody together? And somebody at that desk said, what if we do because of your stupid decision to not let the players participate in the Olympics until this upcoming year, how about
an Olympic style
let them represent their nations?
Yes.
And they're like, well, what nations will we do? Well, USA and Canada, obviously. We can't do Russia because of politics.
I bring up a point. I bring up a point that Maggie Gray said on Maggie and Perloff. The USA will never, ever, ever win a hockey tournament until they get that generational U.S.-born generational talent. Connor McDavid.
I'm going to interrupt you on that and say I disagree. The only reason Canada won that game was because Jordan Binnington reverted back to 2019 where he was God in TD Garden against the Bruins.
Until they get, I keep my point. Until they get that generational, once in a lifetime U.S.-born talent, it's all Canada. Now
that was kind of what Matthews was supposed to be.
That was
what Matthews was supposed to be.
Would I love to see it again next year and then win it? Yes. We're coming up on a break. Victor, anything else?
No, I just find actual shooters. Get back to the best people of that profession, of that position, and of that talent back into those particular contests, because it's ridiculous to see an individual trying to jump over a car and then brick his dunk. It is tiring to see someone go into a 3-point contest and then brick a whole rack.
And I love Buddy Hield too.
I do too.
We also got a big game coming up. I'll be honest.
Oh, his first,
you know the Ohio State Michigan rivalry?
Yes.
How about in the NHL?
Really?
March 1st is the 2025 Navy Federal Credit Union, not sponsored, NHL Stadium Series.
Okay.
It is the Detroit Red Wings versus the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Okay. Okay.
Give me this button.
What's wrong with that?
I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding.
You almost had me saying I quit.
I quit.
There have been many times I had you saying I quit, and then you came right back. I was kidding when I pushed that button.
This is in the Ohio State University at Ohio Stadium.
Oh, in Columbus.
Seen
in
games
Columbus.
there before. Seen
And I
games
think this is going to be a packed house.
Okay.
It's going to be a packed house.
I know it's going to be a packed house. The city of Columbus will have everybody in Ohio Stadium.
And the entire city of Detroit will be down their throats.
Yep.
And will Michigan reign again? We'll see. Coming up after this.
Those are our random musings from Coming up next, I got a subject that's going to make a lot of people angry. I posed the question on Facebook. Some of the answers I didn't like. You'll like mine in a moment.
This is Snowman in the morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Dear NBA All-Star Game.
You fool!
And you're full of... Booty! And... And until you bring back the old school rules...
Delete! 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 Delete!
Now, I'm sure people will say, you guys are old.
You're damn right I'm old. I'm old and I'm old school and I ain't changing for nobody. Okay. I want to talk legacy for a moment. And the person whose legacy that people are saying I should question, although I don't, has the name Andre Iguodala behind it.
Iggy!
Let's have some fun.
He was a former 76er, right?
Uh-huh.
And a former Warrior.
Yep. Made his hay in the Warriors.
That's where he made his hay, with the Warriors. Now, give me this dog.
Wrong camera.
This one.
Give me this camera. Gave it to Droid.
Wrong lever!
Wrong button.
Pull the lever, trunk.
Lever.
Do it again, Droid. Do it again. I need to make a bite out of that. Do it again.
Pull the lever, trunk.
You fine. All right. You fine. Take 2, Snowman.
But before we talk about Iguodala, can we get some prayers out to the Spurs head coach?
Greg Popovich, yes. Oh, man.
Suffered a stroke.
Yeah, he suffered a stroke early in the year. He will not be back this year, and we don't know if he'll be back at all. So to Coach Pops and his family.
Big prayers to you.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, take 2. I'll try this again. Give me this camera. Andre Iguodala is a Hall of Famer. Period. Many will question why. To me, when you're a Hall of Famer, you've made an impact on a team or a league? Joe Montana, hello. Andre Iguodala did both. Made an impact on a team, made an impact on the league, and oh, by the way, he has 4 championship rings. 4 of them.
Yep. Let me guess. People will say that he joined the super team to win those rings.
Basically. Listen,
Figured.
Bob Myers pulled the trigger and brought Andre Iguodala to the Bay. Andre Iguodala, just like Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, made an impact on a team, a league, and an area, which means the Warriors dynasty, which is an era, had an impact on the league, and people think that's a negative impact. Why? Because there was no way that teams, save maybe Cleveland, because they were handed a championship, could beat them.
Could compete. Really, no other team could compete.
To the point no other team wanted to compete. You know, the only 2 7th games that the Warriors faced, 18 against the Rockets, 16 against the Cavaliers. And we all know 2016 doesn't count because they were handed that title on a platinum platter. Forget gold or silver.
Platinum platter.
They were handed that title on a platinum platter. I don't care what people think, because people are going to say, oh, you're wrong. You don't know basketball. Bitch, I forgot more basketball than you tried to watch. Number 9 has a place in Warriors lore as his number was raised to the rafters forever. 750 players have played with the Golden State Warriors. 6 of them had their number retired.
And Iggy's one of them.
Let me say that ratio again. 750 players have played with the Golden State Warriors over many, many years. 6 of them have had their number retired.
And I think Iggy started playing when they were still considered broken state, didn't he?
Yep. Bob Myers brought him in, pointed to the banner, said that's a lonely banner. They've since added 4 of them. So what's the modern day dynasty, you ask? And as much as I hate to say that it ain't the Spurs, it's not. It's the Warriors. And oh, by the way, the Warriors kicked the hell out of the Dallas Mavericks yesterday in a game that my wife and I watched the end of. She turned to me and said, no wonder you like this team.
Spurs had a really good chance to create that dynasty. Unfortunately, 2013 kind of hurt it.
Yep.
And to me, I wouldn't even credit that to you-know-who. To me, I credit that to Ray Allen.
And that Ray Allen rescued that dynasty.
Yes.
If you want to call it a dynasty. I mean, hell, 2 championships in 4 attempts.
Remember, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6.
Quit!
Not 7.
Quit! You're making me laugh. Quit!
Sorry.
No, you're not.
Continue, Snowman.
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. But in all seriousness, many will ask me, how can you say that Andre Iguodala is a Hall of Famer? Simple. Look at the impact he's had on the Warriors. And I will point to 1 year, 2015. Did not start a game all that year until the World Championship Series, when he started games 3 through 6. Correction, games 4 through 6. Who do you think the 2015 most valuable player of the World Championship Series was? That's right, Andre Iguodala. So before you non-basketball watching people who think you know basketball, but turns out you're only a fanatic of basketball because of you know who, listen to me carefully. Look at the way that Andre Iguodala had an impact on a team, a league, and an area.
Mm-hmm.
Say it again. Look at the way that Andre Iguodala had an impact on a team, a league, and an area.
You can say era too.
Yeah.
You say era
Yeah,
too.
he had the biggest impact he had one of the biggest impacts on that Warriors era.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, after the ass kicking they delivered to Dallas yesterday, is still alive.
Because you can't just put it all on the Splash Brothers for that era of greatness. You got to give it to Iggy. You got to give it to Draymond. As much as Draymond has been kind of acting a fool, you still got to give it to Draymond for amazing defense in the low post.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, in Draymond's 12th season, he's still playing that low post great defense, like what some people love to say to me.
Mm-hmm.
Quit! Dog on the microphone. I'm fighting with a mic.
The war with machines continues.
The war with machines continues. So, to all who think otherwise,
you're fired.
And I enroll you here.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it, like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates. Magna cum stupid.
Now take that. That's Snowman's take. What is yours? Time now for our question of the day. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. And the question of the day is this. Do y'all think Andre Iguodala is a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Make your comments down below.
I do.
Pause, and when we come back, Victor missed Shane and I talking beer baseball.
Oh, boy.
And considering where Victor and I worked for 7 years.
Man, I wouldn't do that to Judy. Because Lord have mercy, that poor woman would have been overrun if they played beer baseball. Oh, John. I love you, Judy.
I'm going to do it anyway. When you all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I just saw something hilarious. With Justin Verlander, I said hilarious.
That is hilarious.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said a bronsexual crying for his king.
That's regular.
Still hilarious.
The hilarious thing I saw was the Giants, who now have Justin Verlander, a certain Hall of Famer. They helped him celebrate his 42nd birthday with a wheelchair.
That is kind of funny.
Congrats, Justin Verlander. 42 years young in his 20th year in the majors. Now, I don't think Droid was around for this either. Our version of baseball with plenty of beer. Now, let me ask a question of Droid. What's your walk-up song?
Lord, making me actually think about this.
Yes.
I think he'll have like 9.
What if?
Yeah, I can see that.
9 beers. You said what's
no 9? Your walk-up.
You'd have 9 walk-up songs. Just played in rotation.
I can name about 5.
Okay.
2 of them are Kendrick songs.
Okay. So number 1.
From the Damn CD, I got to go with DNA.
Okay.
2.
This one I think it's just because it's funny. Peekaboo.
3.
He would do that one.
Yeah, he would.
Just as soon as I walk up, Peekaboo. I just put that boogers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 points like a Kobe game.
He would have that. He would have that.
Yep.
What about yours, Vic? What was your walk-up song, B?
Oh, I'm not done, sir.
No, he's got 3 more. 3.
Okay.
5. I've named 2.
So 3.
All right. 3.
3. We got to go to a little bit older. Actually, a lot older than both the album Damn and GNX. We gotta go to, let's go with Nobody by Skindred.
Okay. For
Walk. Come on. How can you not have Walk by Pantera as a walk-up song?
Don't go, you take mine.
How can you listen? How can you not have that as your walk-up song?
You took mine. That's what I was going to use.
I got a couple of good ones I'd use.
Okay.
Just walking up and you just walk to the guitar, just
See, I'm an ECW head, so I would be like, trotting, and then I would do the RVD thumbs. Just
yes.
Rob Van Dam.
What's your last one?
And last one?
This one is so hard because there's so many good songs, not even just today, but in the past as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much good there. It's actually really hard to pick. Hit 'em up.
Tupac.
Let's go hit 'em up, Tupac.
Oh my god. That had to be
to be honest, the majority of that played in a baseball team say will be first off because of how many censors it has in it.
Yeah, that'd be so heavily edited, man.
So what about yours, Vic? What's your walk-up song?
Me, I have two. I had three, but Droid took one. Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
Love that one.
And Smells Like Teen Spirit from Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because I'm a big DDP fan.
I have three of my own. Bad to the Bone.
That's a good one.
Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot.
Mm-hmm.
And Taking Care of Business by Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yeah.
Now, let's say Droid was the leadoff man in this beer, alcohol-infused baseball game.
Oh, boy.
And Droid would
that means my walk-up song would set the tempo. Oh, Lord.
Okay, Droid comes up to the song Walk, and then the pitcher immediately decides, we're walking him. We're putting him on first base. Didn't have to throw a pitch. So he walks down to first base.
The song is still playing.
Song's still playing. And by the time he gets to first base, the song clears, and the first baseman hands him a beer.
Yep.
I think I'd rather not face a hitter who's playing Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. Because that means that man don't have a care in the world anymore.
Intentional walk.
Mm-hmm.
Intentional walk. I'm not even trying to
the moment I heard first off, you're bit in the quick you claim, I'm like, yeah, not intentional. Go.
No,
because if
four wide. Wide.
You know what? Because if you beat him, he'll pull a Machado and throw the bat at you.
Mm-hmm. So Victor would be next.
Mm-hmm.
And he would rope a double into the gap just cause.
Just cause I want to.
Just cause. Shane would be next.
Oh my god, the big hurt. The big dog.
Oh, what's that one dude's name? He played for the Mets. Pitcher.
Jake DeGrom? No.
He's a big boy.
Bartolo Colon.
But he's gonna walk up to that play like Bartolo Colon. You know we're not gonna get a hit, but you can maybe steal a base off it.
You know what Shane does? Drops a bunt.
Sounds like Bartolo.
And
he reaches.
Hit it and reaches. Yep. And then I show up. By this time, everyone's had a beer.
So be like, here he goes, rumbling
stuff. And here I come. All right. Everyone's had a beer up to this point. The umpires, the infielders.
Do you have to drink a beer for every stolen base?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Every stolen base, every base you acquire,
that pot.
no matter how you acquire it, you get a beer.
Yep,
Here I come. I would bat left-handed. And I would already be in the process of trying to shotgun one when my name is called.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd swing for the fences. Because even if I strike out,
right,
or I hit a home run, I'm drinking anyway.
You clear them. You clear them right field. You clear it right field.
So every base I grab, they're handing me a beer.
So you'd have 4.
I'd have 4, and I do the stone cold crash.
Yep. Yep.
Now, Victor and I can share some stories from our time at Ho Chunk, where there were some alcohol-infused parents.
Oh my God. We had a rule. No alcohol before noon. Now, mind you, we start our games at 8.
Yes.
No alcohol before noon.
That was the park-wide rule.
There were parents who tried.
Oh Lord, did they
I
ever
remember
try.
I remember three guys were just sitting there waiting, trying to get a beer at like 9:30, and Judy had to crack the whip. And she gave them that motherly look and said, "No beer before noon."
Noon, exactly.
Yes, ma'am. That's all you heard is, yes, ma'am.
Well, there were certain moms, not even parents, just moms, that would be sure to come in after 5 o'clock.
Right.
On the weekends. Why? Because they would bring in, you guessed it, a cooler.
Yep.
They would bring in a cooler
of wine coolers.
Yes.
And sometimes something stronger.
A lot of times something stronger.
They start off with the wine coolers because they want something sweet.
Yeah, Mrs. Oland. Mrs. Oland. Iris.
Reed. Mrs.
Who?
Reed.
Mrs. Reed. Oh my God, Mrs. Reed. See, Mrs. Reed had no sense.
Pina coladas. How in the world does a pina colada get you ejected from a ball yard? I have no idea, but she made it happen.
Well, that's easy. She couldn't shut up. She kept yapping to Gary. She kept yapping to Gary T. White.
He had to play babysitter.
And he wasn't having it anymore.
Actually, it was Mike LaRavia, I think, was the one that threw her out.
Oh, Gary threw her out once too.
Oh, I know he had threw her out, and then she had to sit next to me. Thankfully, I had Gary helping me, keeping her in line. She's like, I want to pay the clown. You're gonna sit here and score your game and shut up. Is what you're gonna do.
Insert deleted expletives here.
I didn't curse at her. I was very polite.
No, but Gary did.
Yeah, he did. I was very polite and said, you're going to sit here and score your game and be quiet.
See, there's the thing. Victor was polite. Gary was not. I certainly wasn't.
Like, you were not either.
I wasn't having it. Because as soon as she got done at Victor's field, she's come strutting her over to my field. Here's how we gonna do this. Shut up.
They're wrong.
Here's how we're not going to do this. And that's you controlling the action. But shut up. You're going to get the hell away from me. You are going to sit in the stands like a normal person You're going to score your game, and you're going to, but shut up. Her son is dying.
And the shut-ups got louder with every single one of them.
Yep.
Just shut up.
Her son, Droid, I swear to God, her son was dying laughing. Matter of fact, all her kids, her whole team was dying laughing. And then this one fool comes up to me. Do you have to be that mean to her? You want to be next?
No.
Then get the hell out of my face.
And sit down and shut up.
Gary came over to me, put his arm around me, and said, "Thank you." I said, "Gary, I took a cue from you. You weren't having it, and neither would I."
Right.
Then came the next day when she tried again to sneak beer this time.
Oh, God.
Into the park. And Fran intercepted it.
I remember one time she tried to bring a pina colada over by my field.
Oh, Lord.
I said, no. Throw it out. You and alcohol do not mix. Throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not let her buy my field till she threw it away. Like, you can't handle your liquor. So I'm not about to let you try.
I did something better. I poured it out right in front of her. She tried sneaking it past me. I got up, took the cup from her. What are you?
Shut up.
I beat it.
Shut up.
So by the end of this alcohol-infused game that Shane and I have put together, we haven't played 3 innings.
No. We're all passed out and can't none of us drive.
None of us drive worth a damn.
Can't none of us drive because Lord knows by the time someone's going to start infusing Jack. Someone's going to start infusing Jack into this game. We will run out of beer and then Jack will be the next thing to use.
You know who'd be the most unlikely person to infuse Jack into a game?
Who?
Derek.
Yeah.
Hey, quit that yawning.
I gotta throw Derek under the bus a little bit.
Oh no.
I think it was a city suburban showdown we did in the UIC Pavilion. Just so happened to also be Derek's 21st birthday.
Oh, I remember this one.
So we gotta celebrate somehow. So we went and grabbed something to eat. And then he wanted something to drink. Of course, you're 21, you want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to look around, went to a couple gas stations, nothing. Decided to go to
I'm driving.
Decided to go to a corner store. Went in there. Now Derek goes in. Dry and I are sitting in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a car that drives past us. It's a 5-seater.
Mm-hmm.
There were 7 heads in the car.
When you see
grown men too.
Grown men. If you see a car like that drive past you,
and they had evil intentions,
it's time to boogie.
It's like, Derek, you got 30 seconds to get out of here or we're leaving you here.
Mm-hmm. And I damn near put it in driving left.
He comes out.
Why are you looking at me like that, Troy?
Oh, he's like,
why are you looking at me like that? He looked out of the corner. I say I damn near put it in driving left, and Troy just peers up at me. I did. We were in a place we had no business being.
We're on the west side.
Right off of downtown Chicago.
We're on the west side of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you go to the United Center, you do not need to be on the west side of Chicago.
No. Even when the United Center was first built.
Mm-hmm. How does Steve Harvey said it? It's a nice place. We next to the projects.
Mm-hmm. This is a nice arena. We right next to the projects.
Right. So
when Derek finally gets what he wants, gets in the car,
we take off.
And I thought I would be getting a ticket.
Dropped him off at his place. We took off back to the south side where we belong.
Mm-hmm.
I got my car and headed home.
I went upstairs at my parents' house and I went to bed.
Because I did not need to know what was going to happen if we stayed there any longer.
All right. Let's pause. When we come back, is Shedeur Sanders' stock going to plummet because he's not going to work out for the combine?
What?
Yeah.
When we come back, we're going to delve deeper into this one.
Oh, yes, we are. Back in a few.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action.
With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Shedeur Sanders will not throw at the combine. And after having a chance to look at why, I'm on the fence. Should he or shouldn't he?
I'll say this before we get started. You know, we poke fun at Coach Prime, Coach Dion. Mm-hmm. But when he's on, he's on. I watched this video a while back where he was reading some of the complaints some of the teachers had with some of his athletes.
Mm-hmm.
He called them out.
Good.
He called them out.
Good, as he should.
And he brought up, do they have a draft grade? No. He said, you either come out here as an athlete or you come out here with some academics. You're going to get something out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I got to give respect to that.
Yeah, I respect them too for that, for having those standards in place.
Yes, because you see a lot of times these coaches, they don't really care.
And that's horrible to me.
Yep.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
And
that's gotta change.
Yep. Because you see a lot of athletes come away with nothing, no education, and when they end up either not having as good a career as they thought they were, or getting injured early, as we remember that Chicago Bull who got hurt on his motorcycle and didn't have anything after that because he couldn't play.
And nothing to fall back on.
So it's good to see Dion really trying to instill you need to take your academics seriously.
And you know what else? I'm kind of siding with Shedeur on this one because, yes, he'll interview with teams, and you got to figure the teams at the Combine and Indy would have a lot of tape on them anyway.
True. But it does alarm me a little bit because I don't want to make it, you don't want to make it seem like Shedeur is saying, well, I'm a Sanders, so I should be able to just get drafted.
Great point.
And that's what a lot of his critics are going to point out.
Great point. Great point. Is he going to throw at his pro day? Yes, he is. He's made that abundantly clear.
Mm-hmm.
Which prompts this question for both of you and for the folks in the chat. Do you honestly think that Shedeur Sanders is ready for the next level?
Droid, you take it first.
I'm barely here, dude. Like, I'm tired.
You look tired.
Yeah, you do.
Look at my hair, dude.
Well, you mashed it down. Oh. Yikes. How much sleep did you get?
Well, I closed last night, so I didn't get home till like 11.
Oof.
Man, get out of here and go to bed. You look as tired as I feel.
Man, if you take off from bed, man, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. He's going to stick it out. Victor, you go first. Do you think Shedeur Sanders is ready for the next level?
I don't think he has much of a choice. I think if he's really going to make a thing out of professional football, I think he has to do it now. That's just how I look at it. You know, he got as much as he could out of his college days, and I think you see what you're going to get. I don't know if there's really going to be a big jump of improvement. And he's not bad.
No.
He's a serviceable quarterback. I mean, I think you get the right line around him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can make something happen.
I agree. Fundamentally, and I can pick his game apart fundamentally all day long. The fact of the matter is, he's in the draft. He has a chance to prove himself on more than one occasion before April 24th.
And the best thing for him is that he will not be going to the Chicago Bears on his first year, his rookie year. So
he doesn't need to.
He's already has one advantage.
He does. He already has that advantage.
So,
I don't think I don't think he's ready. Attitude-wise, I think he is.
Right.
Attitude-wise, I think he is ready.
And I think he's going to have a good wellspring of individuals coaching him. Because I'm pretty sure Troy Aikman's going to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure Michael Irvin's going to talk to him. As close as Troy and Mike and Dion and those guys, they're going to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to him, give him advice on what it's like to get into the pros.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Around him. And what's really going to tell the tale is what team he goes to and do they have a mentor program. Even though, yes, Shedeur will probably have his own.
Mm-hmm.
You still want to see what team does that team have a mentor program or some sort of like guidance program? Because to me, I think quarterbacks need that heavily, probably more than any other position.
Mm-hmm.
They need some type of mentoring or guidance program because otherwise you end up looking like Dak Prescott. And yes, I know I just hit myself, but
jeez.
Otherwise, you start looking like
but the truth is the truth.
Yeah.
But the truth is the truth.
You start looking like Caleb Williams.
Oh, jeez.
Even though Caleb
look like Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
And I was high on Daniel Jones because I saw him play in person.
I'll say it for honestly, Caleb Williams had an impressive rookie season. He had a lot of good plays. And he even kept his team in some games, even though the talent is not there offensive line wise or receiver wise. He made Roma Dunze look pretty good.
True.
I mean, he made DJ Moore look doggone near serviceable. Near serviceable. Not there yet, but
near serviceable, he says. I love it.
At the very least, he beat Green Bay. That's the only thing you can really say. He's at least he beat Green Bay.
Contrary to what a lot of Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy members think of me, you mortgaged, risked, threw away, and doubled down your entire future, including a new stadium, for DJ Moore.
So where Shedeur goes, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But when he does go, they have to have some type of guidance program around him.
Exactly. Because they're going to depend on him football-wise.
And dare I say it, it's got to be away from his dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be away from his dad.
We've seen that before, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
We have seen that before.
Yeah, I think he's ready now. I think he'll probably go with sometime between, I would say, 5 to, I would say either pick 5 or pick 9, somewhere in the. Because I don't give him the first 4 slots.
No,
I don't give him
because the first 4 slots they're going to be competing for Travis Hunter.
Yes, Hunter, Genty.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are going to be like those top tiers. So I would say probably maybe 5, 6, or 9 is where Shedeur goes.
You know who else may slip into the top 4 since we're talking draft? Abdul Carter from Penn State.
Yeah.
That woke him up.
I'll enjoy this question.
Joy,
what is wrong? Are you all right?
Been preaching about Abdul Carter for a bit now.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden you want to recognize him?
What? I didn't recognize him before? When I called the Penn State game against Boise State? I most certainly did.
Multiple times on the show, I was like, Abdul Carter, I think he's the undisputed top prospect on the defensive side. And you said, no, he's not.
Did you listen to my game? No, you did not.
I couldn't listen to the game. I was making money at work.
He was making money, which is what you should be doing.
I agree. But if you had listened, well, I know you couldn't listen to the game. I'm messing with you, okay? I praise the hell out of Abdul Carter because of the way he affected that game and the way he's going to be with whichever. Where? Okay, Joy, let me ask you this. Who picked Shedeur Sanders?
Ooh. I thought you were going to ask me Abdul Carter. I was about to have an answer for you, but I don't really have an answer for that.
Okay, who picks Abdul Carter?
Falcons.
Falcons.
No. No, and
they'll trade up for him.
No.
Falcons. No.
They'll trade up for him.
No, they won't.
You think so?
No,
I mean,
I don't.
The Falcons are known to do that, though.
The Falcons are known to also make stupid moves. Not trading up for him would be one of them. Now, I agree they could use him, but I don't think the Falcons will get him.
We'll see what they do. I mean,
comic.
They do need help.
Here's the thing: if he doesn't get to the Falcons, anywhere else he goes is going to ruin his future. So,
because
all of them are trash.
Wait, what?
What?
All the rest of the teams that could pick Abdul Carter are trash.
Are trash.
They have terrible development systems. Now, this is the Commanders we were talking about. I'd be in a whole different ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
But the Commanders are no longer that bottom team.
Yes. This is where being a really good team kind of hurts you a little bit.
Trash. Those are the Saints.
Trash.
You're just making the Saints defense more of a powerhouse, and that offense doesn't change, so they're still trash.
Yes. Agreed.
Go to the Bears. Nope, trash.
Oh, no. No.
49ers. Now, hold on, man.
49ers, hold on now.
You know what?
You finished bottom of your division, so you could get him.
Say again.
You finished bottom of your division, so you could get him.
You could.
That could be worth a pick.
You could.
Because that's one of the areas depth-wise where we are lacking is defensive line.
Chase Young, Abdul Carter, Fred Warner,
Nick Bosa.
That's your defensive line, basically.
And don't forget, one of our best linebackers is back in full health too, Dre Greenlaw.
Yep.
See,
So if you drafted Abdul Carter, this is what your 49ers line.
Let's go there. How would Abdul Carter look on that 49er defense?
I'm gonna go through multiple defensive lines, and you tell me which one sounds the best. First, we're gonna start off with the powerhouse. If the 49ers drafted Abdul Carter, it would be Abdul Carter at defensive edge. Defensive tackle would be Dre Greenlaw, Nick Bosa. And the last defensive end, or edge, whatever you want to call him, is going to be Chase Young. You got to remember, he's still around.
Yeah, but do the Niners pick him up? After a wasteful season for Chase Young in New Orleans, do the Niners take a chance and pick him back up? Think so?
So I was gonna say Green, but I'm like, no. I think
the Jets, when they're healthy, I think have a pretty good defensive line.
Yeah.
When they are healthy, I say
that's a big win. That's a big.
When they are healthy,
yes,
they are probably one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. Now, I ask StatMuse, who has the best defensive line in the NFL?
And their answer is?
Sadly, they go based off of all time.
Yeah.
So, number one is the Bears.
The Bears. Well, to be fair, I mean, that
85. That
85. Not to mention when you had the two refrigerators in Ted Washington and Keith Traylor.
That would be
in the 2000s.
2001. Yeah. 2001 Bears.
I mean, and Adewale Ogunleye. Beast. So, yeah.
So
I can see the Bears.
Across the front, Bosa on one side, Abdul Carter on the other. Javon Hargrave returns from an injury.
So right now, the 49ers have the 11th pick. They could trade up to get the 6th.
They could trade up and get Abdul Carter.
But here's the problem. Who would they give up? They're going to have you give up somebody.
I think they'd just be giving up draft capital to get him. Because remember, the Niners this year are getting 3 compensatory picks. So they have a chance to refortify that defensive line and their offensive line.
Well, you also lost your 5th round selection, but you also got your 3rd round selection back.
So there'll be a couple of compensatory picks due for San Francisco.
That was from the 2020 resolution JC2A. Involving all of that.
Yeah.
I would like to remind a few people that the Chiefs are still in this draft. Who would the Chiefs pick up?
I was going to ask you that question too.
I got to look at our draft class because you got to realize you got to question who's going to be on the board and who's going to be off the board.
Right. Yeah, because you guys are basically the last 2 picks between you and Philly.
Since it's not snakes, so sadly we get the 31st pick.
Okay.
Could they trade up like they did to snatch Xavier Worthy? Could
Or
they risk doing that again?
No.
No.
For the future of the team, no.
Yeah.
So they say that the best available would be one of 3 players it'd be Nick Emanwari, the second best safety in this draft class from South Carolina. Matthew Golden, the fifth best wide receiver in this draft class.
From
Texas.
Matthew Golden's from
Donovan
Texas.
Jackson, offensive guard, the number 1 in his position. And you know what we need right now? We need a guard.
Yeah.
So if the Chiefs are going to draft anyone, it's going to be Donovan Jackson, Ohio State. 6'4", 320. We need that O-line.
Solid.
protection.
Yeah.
That's a solid pick.
That's something that we need also.
That's a
Here's
solid pick.
Here's a question from the audience. Should Philly trade Embiid after the season is over? Embiid is 3 years
He should
past
be waived.
welcome.
So
Embiid should be cut with no problem.
according to ESPN, these are your top 5.
Okay.
We don't care about Embiid. Nobody cares about Embiid.
Well,
We
there was
know
a
this.
question that was
We're not
asked.
even
So we,
talking about him.
there was a question that was asked, so we had to answer the question.
Yeah, we had to.
But
The thing is, Shedeur on the ESPN final draft ranking has Shedeur at the 17th pick.
Oh wow!
Going to which belongs to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, you want to talk about a war?
That would be really interesting if they do select him, because
But
now
at the-
you have a legitimate backup for
15 to 19.
Bro, yeah.
We're going to put Shedeur in that 15 to 19th pick range.
Where does Abdul Carter fall to?
He is considered the number 1 prospect. He's number 1 on the rankings, so he's a top 3 pick undoubtedly. So you'd have to make a trade with either the Giants,
we'd have to,
the Browns, or the Titans.
And what would you
And the
give?
Niners are still in the mix for Myles Garrett.
Yep.
So it's going to involve a trade anyway.
And
Speaking of which, there's someone. Where did he go?
What would you trade for him?
I don't know, but
I don't know.
To give you an idea of where Shedeur could go to the Falcons, the Cardinals. That would be a good pick for the Cardinals. They need to get rid of Murray.
Yeah,
Cincy.
they can send Murray back.
Seattle is a good place for Shedeur.
Oh my
God.
In fact, they need a quarterback. They need to get rid of Geno and get a new quarterback.
Geno's got to go.
And finally, the Bucks at the 19th pick that could end the Baker Mayfield era in Tampa Bay.
That could end the Baker Mayfield experiment. Well, you know what? There's someone in here that can talk draft with us.
Okay.
Here's Jay Spivey on the Invader Coffee guest line. What's up,
Mr.
Jay?
Spivey.
What up, boys?
How you
We're
doing, Mr.
talking
Spivey?
all kinds of draft stuff here, and I want to get your opinion on where Shedeur Sanders will land.
I just heard what you guys said at 17. There is zero chance that's happening.
Yeah.
We all know that the quarterbacks are going to get drafted higher than that. Plus, he ain't going to the Bengals.
Mm-mm.
And I said
they
It'd be
can't
funny.
draft a quarterback with Burrow there. They cannot do that.
Yeah.
No,
I
they can't.
I said that
They
I think Shedeur will probably land somewhere between like 5 to 9.
That's
5 to 9. That's the Jags, the Raiders, the Jets, Panthers, Saints, all teams that really need quarterbacks. Yeah.
It depends on if the Jags trade Trevor Lawrence. That's a distinct possibility.
And that is a distinct possibility. The rumors are circling now that they will trade Trevor Lawrence.
I think
to try
the
to cap
only
that
one
contract.
I think the only one I say that doesn't make sense out of that 5 to 9 is the Panthers. They can't give up at Bryce Young in year 3.
No.
And he's starting to really look good now. Now they need to start realizing that and be like, hey, maybe we should start getting him some weapons.
Y'all forgetting one thing. Snow, tell them who the owner is there.
Yeah, David Tepper. David Tepper.
They need to give him a line. They need to give him a line.
That is what you would think they would do. But again, to echo Jay's point, who's the owner?
To be fair, I don't remember owners off the top of my head. And I think that's a good thing. So I don't have the headache of reminding myself of who owns what team.
Pretty much, you can only think of maybe 2 owners.
I only know my own owner, and that's Lamar. I only know a few. I know Jerry Jones, Kraft, and Hunt. That's all I know.
And
the only one of my concern, besides Lamar Hunt, is Jed York.
Do you ever see Clark Hunt and Midland in team operations? No.
Nope.
No.
Tepper does. Jones does.
And really and truly, how's that working out in New England lately? I mean, Kraft letting he and his sons run. How's that working out?
Kraft mac and cheese.
It ain't.
They're gonna look at Emeka Egbuka in college football 25. They're gonna be like, he's not high enough overall. We're not picking him.
Oh my god.
So we go back to Tepper. How's that working out down there?
It ain't.
It's not.
It simply isn't.
Bad.
But I actually have to ask Spivey. You're a Tar Heels fan, right?
No, I am most definitely not. Carolina.
He's a Wake Forest fan.
Do you follow the Tar Heels or know somewhat about the Tar Heels and their draft process?
I do, but I am not a fan.
I think that's a good thing, personally. But Amarion Hampton, second best running back in this class, received the 40th overall ranking in the 86th grade. Do you think he's meant to be a second rounder, or do you think he's meant to be a first rounder?
Well, it depends on how GMs are thinking about running backs now. Has Saquon changed people's minds or not?
You'd hope.
Well, I mean, we don't know that. If you let the analytics guys run your teams, he's not going to be drafted that high.
Yeah, New York Jets.
Yeah, I thought about it. Because it's still going to be a QB led sport.
Industry.
Yeah.
I no longer call it a sport.
Idiot analytics guys run your teams. That's what's going to happen.
Listen. I will be completely honest. I can't call the NFL a sport anymore. It is an industry to me, and it will always be an industry.
No.
Well, they're as you saw last week with the cap, they're literally printing money right now.
Yep.
They're getting more money than they even thought. And now they're going to Europe and Australia and South America. And they're going to Asia.
Oh, easy. And they're going back to Brazil to open the season again.
The thing that makes me laugh is I have a lot of friends who are fellow Chiefs fans as myself, like with me, and they're like, you know who we should get? And I'm like, well, who should we get? And he's like, let's get Devin Neal. I quit.
Did he just say I quit?
Yes,
I quit.
I quit.
Why would we go for Devin Neal is the question. Why would we draft a running back when we have not only Isaiah Pacheco, but we're looking to re-sign Kareem Hunt to another year?
No, they don't need they need to fix their offensive line and get another receiver.
Yeah.
That's why I say we need to get either Tyler Booker, Donovan Jackson, or we need to get some guy like Josh Simmons. Some type of offensive line. Because Kareem Humphrey, amazing center, he's fine. Doesn't have a lot to improve on, but he's fine. It's our tackles and guards that are the problem.
Yeah.
Love Trey Smith to death. Met the guy. Amazing.
Mahomes
amazing
needs help.
person.
Mahomes needs help.
We need people who can actually.
If anybody looks to how you win a Super Bowl, look at just how the Eagles won. Their offensive line is the best offensive line in football.
And they picked the Chiefs' defensive line apart.
And Jalen Hurts is not anywhere close to the best quarterback in football, but he carved them up because their offensive line's good.
Yep. They kept him upright. They kept Jalen Hurts upright so where he can actually look down the field. He actually
and
threw
the
the ball
Eagles
downfield.
The Eagles did this without Kelsey this year, who may be one of the best centers of all time.
I think he's like a pretty indisputable pick for best center.
They did that. I mean, they had the best offensive line without him this year.
They did.
Of course, there was the early season woes, which a lot of teams had this year. A lot of early season woes.
Despite their winning the Super Bowl, they have an idiot for coach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sirianni.
I mean, Nick Sirianni. Jeez, Louise.
Eugene Sirianni.
Skinny Jeans Silianni. And that's all I got to say. Skinny Jeans Silianni. And he's still there.
Oh, I just realized,
Jay,
Brian.
Now, Jay, with them winning the Super Bowl, now you don't get they're not going to get rid of Silianni and get a better coach.
Nope. Chances are they're going to. Chances are he'll get an extension.
If he hasn't got,
they will, and they're probably going to regret that.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, why didn't we do this sooner? And then it's going to come and bite them in the ass in the next 5 years.
I mean, they won in spite of him. I mean, he has made some stupid decisions as a coach.
Yeah, he has. He has done that. Made some awfully stupid decisions. And they still have him.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Brian is with us. Good afternoon, Brian. Sports PSP. Play-by-play with JJ. All joining us. Jeffrey joins us this morning. Who do you think is the best offensive lineman in this draft right now, Jay?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh.
Did I get you?
That's a good one. What are the mocks there are the top couple?
So I got you with that. So for offensive tackles, you want top 5 in each category?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, at least top 3. It doesn't really matter.
All right. So we got Josh Simmons, Ohio State, Josh Connerly Jr. From Oregon, Will Campbell, LSU, Calvin Banks Jr., Texas, and Armin Membu for offensive tackles. Offensive guards, we're just going to do top 3. Donovan Jackson, Ohio State, Tyler Booker, Alabama, Marcus Mbao, Purdue, and then for centers, it's Seth McLaughlin, Ohio State, Jared Wilson, Georgia, and Clay Webb, Jacksonville State.
Well, I know Jared Wilson personally since he plays for the high school that I cover. I played for the high school that I cover now.
Mm-hmm.
I in my personal opinion, and no offense toward him, he pulled out for the draft too early. He's not ready for the NFL yet.
Do you say the same about one Shedeur Sanders?
No, I think what more can he prove there?
Point.
And despite how much money he's making in NIL, I mean, again, how much more can he prove?
Mr. Spivey, do you think there should be like some sort of like mentor or guidance program for, a lot of the quarterbacks that come in on the draft? Otherwise, you end up with, kind of like how a Dak Prescott's been, I guess you could say that, but I think a lot of it depends on who your offensive coordinator is and who your coach is, who your head coach is, and who your quarterback's coach is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to have everybody in place.
True.
Just like your offensive line's got to be in place. If you don't have a left tackle, you're in deep trouble.
Yeah.
You got to have a left tackle.
I think he'll be okay because I think he'll probably have the likes of like Troy and Irvin and Emmett. They'll probably be like able to like give him some type of advice, but depending on how much he takes, that's up to him. But I just wish that there was like something because, like you guys said, the quarterback is the worst coach position
and has been for a while.
Should there be kind of like a guidance or mentor program to kind of help that? And I think it should be for all positions, running backs included, receivers included.
Well, again, it's going to all depend on what these analytics guys think. I think if we're up to the general manager, I think they would draft running backs. But they list these analytics guys who think they run the program, and they don't draft them.
I think there's 2 guys you got to really look at who's really reforming the running back position itself. Saquon in the NFL has been reforming this position, making basically the statement like, give me more money because you got to realize my actual potential.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's guys in the college level like Ashton Genty who just runs through defenses like it's nothing.
That's going to be a key as to where he gets drafted. I'll be interested to see where he's drafted.
If Genty is drafted high, then I think we can expect some running backs to be drafted a little higher than they were projected.
I think you might see a domino effect there. I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, Genty is the leader of the running backs race.
Yeah, it's Genty, then Hampton, then Johnson, then Quinshawn Judkins.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree that when Saquon signed with signed with the Eagles, he knew that he was going to be with a better team, and he knew that he was trying to show up his former team, playing at least twice a year. But that was one of the worst decisions of all time to let him walk out the door to a team
and get nothing for him.
Got zero for him.
And got nothing for him.
How much do you think the Giants are kicking themselves in the ass?
I don't. If you saw Hard Knocks last year, I doubt they care.
They don't care because they risked everything for Daniel Jones. Where is he right
there?
Now? He's not there.
Daniel Jones is a practice squad for the Vikings.
And from what I hear, he might end up being the starting quarterback for them at the start of the season. Because JJ's probably not going to be ready yet.
No, JJ's still
the moment he throws an interception in the preseason, I guarantee you, stupid Vikings management's going to pull him.
Yep.
Makes one mistake, they're going to pull him because that's just how hard the Vikings staff is on quarterbacks. Why do you think Kirk Cousins diminished so much? It's because the staff is so hard on quarterbacks. Why do you think Teddy Bridgewater never flourished in a Vikings uniform? Because they were so hard on him. If you go to the Vikings as a quarterback, your career's over.
They are kind of used to good quarterback. I mean, Dante Culpepper was pretty doggone solid.
Yeah, but Dante Culpepper also got ruined by the Vikings in many ways. They leaned on him a bit too much and didn't equip him with a running back. Because
I think y'all are being a bit harsh on the Vikings quarterback situation.
Just going off
just as much as they are.
I mean, there are far worse quarterback teams than they are.
Yeah,
like the Panthers, perhaps.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. There's one right there.
Listen, what have I said about them for the entirety of my show? When people ask me all the time, why aren't you a Bears fan? You're from Chicago. Because I'm actually a fan of teams that actually have the most important position filled, which is quarterback. And the Bears are too stupid to get out of their own way and figure out the one thing they need is a line
to protect their quarterback.
Well, you think Ryan Poles notices that?
No, because he's told not to notice that. Ryan Poles is
I doubt she had a whole lot of pull there, especially toward the end. But without Virginia McCaskey there, how much are things going to change without her?
They're not.
Well, let's see if they decide to completely push the plunger on the entire front office.
Well, you could argue they should have already done that.
They should have. You're right.
Ryan Poles should not even be in the position that he's in.
So why even have this upcoming season as a kind of a lame duck season if you're not going to do that? And it's obvious they're not doing it this season.
No, it's the Bears. Why are we surprised? It's the Bears.
Yeah. It's a matter like if they're going to push the plunger, like who's the new owner going to be, and if that new owner is going to say we need to keep the current regime, or do we completely push the plunger and try and put a new revolution in there?
Now, is her son going to continue to run the program? Is that what the plan is, or is he going to sell? I haven't heard that recently.
He's staying, as far as I know.
I mean, it'd be a shame not to have it in the House family.
Does he know football better than?
Well, that's just what I was talking about with the Panthers. He doesn't have to know anything about football. Let your football team people run.
Let your football people.
Get some football people in there. It's David Kaplan said so many times over.
You don't have to know a lot about football to own a team. Your job, your sole job is to pay the paychecks.
Is to sign the checks.
And that's it.
That's it.
And that's it. That's it, and that's all. And
count the money you're bringing in.
Can we send this message to Dallas, please?
No, they're not. He's not going to listen.
Of course he's not. Victor, I hate to disappoint you, my friend, but who's in charge?
As long as Jerry Jones is owner, as long as his heart's still ticking, and I hate to be that harsh, but it's true. As long as he's running that team, they're not going to win a Super Bowl.
Ever.
He needs to disassociate himself from owner and general manager. And he's not going to do that.
And he won't do that. He's too chicken to do that.
It's not he's a chicken, he's too selfish.
That
and
too.
He's doing this in spite of the fans. He's doing this
called
the fans
ego and arrogance.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who else after a game is over has a party of media around him after every single game? One single owner does that.
He wants to be the one that has a Gatorade shower. That's what he wants.
Instead of letting the players celebrate.
Exactly.
He's all
like,
about
no
him.
one's talking about
all
me.
About him.
He's like, no one's talking about me. They're talking about the team. I'm like, well, your team is the one that's winning.
If you watch it, of course, the Cowboys are on every single game.
Of course.
If you watch, the cameras pan to him all the time. He knows when he's on TV.
He knows.
I had a friend of mine. I had a friend of mine who's also a Cowboys fan, and we actually tried to do a running tally on who gets more camera time or who gets more pants of the camera between Gerald Jones and Taylor Swift.
Oh gosh. Oh Lord.
Well, at this point, she's been a whole lot more successful recently than he has.
That's true.
Agreed.
And people can whine all they want about her, but she has certainly helped to bring eyeballs to the league.
And
I don't understand what there is to hate about her. There's so much hate for her right now. I don't get it. And I'm not anywhere close to her biggest fan, but I don't get the hate for her. She's not done anything to anybody.
I think most of them are just. I think most of the people are just kind of like, she has nothing to do with football, so that she's just the girlfriend of one of the players. So why are we continuing?
I think it's who she contributed to in the presidential campaign is what it's all about.
It could be that. It could be that too.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that too. But I think it's more like it has nothing to do with football. Can we just stick with football, please? Like no one else. Like we saw Simone Biles also getting a lot of camera time here in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I just think it's silly. I think Taylor
Swift.
I
mean nothing against Travis Kelce whatsoever, because he's certainly right up there, one of the best. He might be the best tight end of ever.
Mm-hmm.
But who's more popular around the world right now than she is? You can argue that nobody is.
I can't think of anybody.
Especially not in the music
field. I cannot think of anybody.
Especially not in the music field.
No.
But I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see how this particular draft plays out.
And this is why I haven't been even trying to put my hat in with a lot of these players, because I'm like, if they do go to Dallas, what are they going to expect?
I think what you're going to probably see is, especially since there's apparently a whole lot more salary cap space than people even thought. Mm-hmm. I think you're going to see a crazy free agency spree here, because this draft overall is pretty weak.
Overall, yes.
See, the Cowboys will probably make more moves in the free agency than they. Hopefully, they make more than what they did last year.
That wouldn't take much, since they did almost nothing last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And
you did not even try to get a running back last year.
Exactly. They went back to Zeke.
I mean,
how did that work out? Zeke has been washed up for a few years now. Zeke has been washed up for a few years, and yet, and Victor and I talked about this off the air, the Cowboys went to him and went all in with him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They went all in with him, and then that fell flat.
And now I think they're ready to just hand over the reins to Dowdle. Who has
the other thing to me is that they gave all that money to Prescott. All that money to Prescott.
Yep.
And most of it's guaranteed. And then he's so injury prone, at least of late.
And
you could argue, I mean, I'm not saying that Cooper Rush is the be-all, end-all.
Right.
But you could argue that towards the end of the season, they were a better team without Prescott than they were with him.
And they were with him.
And I said the same thing to Snowman. I said, isn't it funny how Dak has had little to no impact with that line, but yet Cooper Rush has had more time with the same line and has done more with them.
And has done more with it.
That's crazy.
No, that's Dallas. Straight to the point. That's Dallas.
I mean,
because
what has Dallas done since Jerry stupidly got rid of Jimmy Johnson?
Yep.
Nothing. Who's always said, Victor? Who's always said that?
We both said it.
We both have. They haven't done a darn thing since 1993 or January 1994.
And I don't want to hear
they
Barry
won Super
Switzer
Bowl 30.
because Barry Switzer won with Jimmy Johnson's players.
Yep. And they want to give Barry Switzer the credit for a team that Jimmy Johnson put his blood, sweat, and tears into.
You have.
To me, Switzer was never an NFL coach.
No.
And now we went from that to Pennywise. And I think what happened is, I think Terrell knew that he let Pennywise get so bad that any hire would have been better than him.
Yeah.
So he's like, if I get anybody, people will stop complaining about the coach. So that's the guy, Ryan Schottenheimer.
Which is not the case.
No.
Which never will be the case.
Apparently numerous people turned it down before Schottenheimer accepted it. Can you blame him? Can you blame him?
No.
Never can or will blame him.
I mean, would you want to work for Jerry? No.
Not
if you
he'd be over your shoulder all the time.
If you did, you'd have to really set the tone, and then unfortunately you wouldn't be able to get the job because he needed a puppet he needed a stooge inside the boardroom. So what? Because I remember they were talking about Dion possibly being the coach. I'm like, Dion's not going there.
Dion's like, no,
because Dion would immediately freeze.
The irony is, I mean, look at Schottenheimer's dad. I mean, there's no way on this earth that when Marty was living and in his heyday, there's no way he would have accepted this job.
No.
Right.
There's no way he would let Jerry run the team.
And whoever will be the coach after Schottenheimer, because he won't last that long.
No.
All Jerry wants is a puppet. He wants to continually be the puppeteer. And the Cowboys will never advance because of it.
So this leads to my ultimate question: Is it just Jerry does not care about winning, and just wants to just say, "I own a team"?
He wants to win too much and doesn't realize that he's part of the problem.
How are you that unaware, though? How do you lack that self-awareness?
Well, when you're that arrogant. That's what happens.
When you are that arrogant, like Jay just said, you can't do anything else about it. When you are that arrogant, it's game over.
Because I'm like, I'd have to have some awareness. Like every bad decision that the Cowboys have made has either been made by or influenced by Gerald.
Yep.
How do you see how the Cowboys, win percentage has plummeted, and you don't say, maybe it's me?
Because he won't say it.
Since they won the Super Bowl? Is that what it is?
Was it 28, 29?
Super Bowl 28. Super Bowl 30 is the last time they won.
I mean, that's inexcusable.
Yes.
Super Bowl 30 is the last time they won.
And unfortunately, no one's able to buy him out. You can't do like how that what they did to the was it Clippers? Was the Clippers owner?
Yeah.
That got bought out because of the mess he made.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Clippers. It was the Clippers. 2014.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't. Unfortunately, we had something worse, and we couldn't even do that. We couldn't force him out.
Look, the only thing that's going to force Jerry out is dying, unfortunately. But his sons aren't giving up the team. Nowhere in the world they're giving up the team.
Oh,
not a chance at all.
And that's who who he's going to give them to.
If he hadn't done it already.
Oh my word!
So basically, I'm cursed.
Well, as long as Jerry's there, they're not going to win, in my opinion. And right now, with the team they have, I don't care what they do in free agency and the draft. They're a long way from winning the Super Bowl right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to get even longer.
Yep.
I mean, they have to they have to hit on the draft and the draft and free agency this year. They're in deep trouble.
Yeah,
they're already in deep trouble.
And now that free agency luster, that allure is not there in Dallas anymore.
And it won't be for a while.
Well, for the most part,
go ahead, Jay.
For the most part, I mean, everybody thinks it's a great destination for players, and it is. Dallas is a great destination, but you don't want to play for him.
Exactly.
And you can go to. There's nothing wrong with playing in Green Bay. Yeah, they're totally different cities, but there's nothing wrong with playing in Green Bay.
Because they know who's in charge and who's running the team.
Mm-hmm.
They know the team structure, something the Cowboys will never know. Jay Spivey joining us here on the program as he does every Monday. All our guests are brought to you by Invader Coffee on the Invader Coffee guest line. Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Thank you, Jay, so much. Lots more draft talk and a lot more baseball talk as we come up on the spring. Thanks a lot, my man. Yeah, there you go. A sport that a certain person doesn't want us to
Rob Manfred about that one. He's not
baseball.
Happy.
Why are you guys talking about baseball? No one.
Rob Manfred's not happy with ESPN, and rightfully so.
No one talks about baseball. What you guys talk about?
I do.
All the time. I know you both know someone that does not.
But unfortunately, we both worked with him. Thank you, Jay. We'll see you next Monday. You can't go wrong with that. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. Programming note, we're on early tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment at the regularly scheduled time. So long, y'all. By the way, Joel Embiid, you still a bitch.
And Father O'Shaughnessy, you're still under arrest.
Bye.